What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are looking at the top 5 Electric Tera Pokemon builds for Scarlet and Violet. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos that I upload. I do upload at least 3 videos a week on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content and other Pokemon related subjects. Also, if you guys go on to find the video informative, drop it a like as it helps me reach more viewers and keeps encouraging me to make this content for you. Let me know down below which of these builds is your favorite. All right, so our first build that we're looking at here is a Farigiraf. And I know some of you are thinking, wait, why Farigiraf? It's kind of a weird choice, right? Well, Farigiraf has actually got some pretty good special attack stats, and it can hit pretty hard. So here on this Farigiraf, we are running an Electric Tera. It is a normal and psychic type Pokemon. So we got that Electric Tera typing on it to give us that stab with our electric moves. And we're holding the Shell Bell, pretty common item in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for regaining health whenever you deal damage to a raid boss. Moving on to the move set, here we've got Power Swap, which is a fun little move to use because if a opponent buffs itself up, you can kind of swap its buffs with yours. So if you don't have yourself buffed up at all, you can go ahead and basically take advantage of their stat changes before you start buffing yourself. Next up, we've got Nasty Plot to increase that special attack stat by 2 stages each time. You can do that 2 or 3 times to deal some massive damage with your Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt's going to be our hard-hitting move. And then we've got Wish to regenerate some health if we need additional health. Maybe we're going to take a nice big hit and we want to have some health coming in that next turn. Looking here at our stats, you can see we've got some pretty solid offensive stats here: 360 special attack and 444 HP. That is being helped by a 252 EV point investment in both HP and special attack. We are running a modest nature here to take advantage of our special attack. Tap Sipper is not a bad ability, as you can use it in situations where you're going to be getting hit by grass type raids to increase your attack. Of course, we're not really increasing our attack stat, but that's basically just a way to mitigate some damage there. You can go with Iron Tail or some other options with this Farigiraf. Next up, we've got Toxtricity, which is an electric and poison type Pokemon. You can actually switch this Tera here to electric if you want to. I have it set to poison just because I haven't changed it. But for our item here, we're using the Assault Vest, which is going to increase our special defense. You could also run a Shell Bell on it or a Magnet, some other item that you might want to run. Looking at the moveset here, we've got Nuzzle, so you can use this turn 1 to paralyze your opponent. Then we've got Snarl to bring down the opponent's special attack stat, Acid Spray to bring down the opponent's special defense, and Discharge here to deal some good electric type damage. So you can see here our stats, pretty good special attack here at 327 and HP at 354. Our ability here is Technician, which is going to increase the damage of all our moves that are under 60 power. So that includes Snarl and Acid Spray. So you get a little bit more damage out of those moves while you're setting up and debuffing the opponent. We've got 252 EVs invested into special attack and HP, so we get a little bit more health and we can deal out some more damage. I don't have the nature on this one for some reason, but you're going to want either a Calm Nature to help increase your special defense stat even more, or a Modest Nature to increase your attack output. Next up, we've got Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash is a great screen setter, so it's always good to have an option for that in the game. We've got the Light Clay here to increase the duration of our screen. So once we set up a screen, it's up for 8 turns. Again, an Electric Tera there, obviously, so we can take advantage of our stab moves. So we got Thunder Wave here to paralyze our opponent, Light Screen to reduce incoming special move damage. You could also add Reflect there or sub them out if you'd like. You could maybe run, instead of Thunder Wave, run Light Screen and Reflect. I leave it up to you. Nasty Plot to increase our special attack stat, and Discharge to deal some electric type damage. Moving on to our stats here, you can see that Rotom Wash has a pretty good spread of stats. It's naturally bulky, above 300 in special defense and above 200 in defense, as well as having a 272 special attack and 304 HP. So not too bad, definitely not the most offensive Pokemon, but it does have the ability to set up screens, which is always useful. Looking here at our EV spread, we've got a bit of a fair split between special defense and special attack, as well as max investment into HP. You can kind of move this around as you'd like. The ability here is Levitate, so we can't get hit by ground type moves. not a bad ability to have. And for our nature, we've got a calm nature that's going to help increase our special defense stat. If you want to go a little more offensive, you could go with a modest nature, but I think calm nature is actually really good here for this Pokemon as it is a support Pokemon. Next up, we've got Bellibolt. It is a pure electric type Pokemon. We are running an Electric Tera here. Bellibolt has the ability to be a support Pokemon and a offensive Pokemon. We're running the Big Root here as our item, is that allows us to gain more health back whenever we use a move that gives us health from our opponent or just health in general. Looking at the move set, we've got Electric Terrain, basically to set up Electric Terrain to buff our electric type moves, prevent sleep, and just in general help out. We've got Chilling Water if our opponent is a physical attacker and you want to bring that stat down. The big one here is Acid Spray. Any Pokemon with Acid Spray becomes immediately more useful in raids, so Acid Spray is going to bring down the opponent's special defense stat by 2 stages. And then we've got Parabolic Charge, which is going to do some pretty decent damage once you got some acid sprays applied, obviously under Electric Terrain. With the ability here, Electromorphosis, anytime we take a hit from our opponent, it's going to boost the attack power of our next electric type move. So that's going to combine with Parabolic Charge, Electric Terrain, and the Big Root to get us a whole bunch of health back and do some decent damage to our opponent. So we see here we've got a decent special attack stat here at 284, pretty good HP, 422, and some decent defense and special defense. Our investment here as far as EVs, you can see we've got some investment in defense. You can put that into special defense or put that into special attack. This build was for a 7-star Tera Raid from a few weeks back, so it's a little optimized for that. But again, special attack and then HP obviously maxed out. You can move some of those points around. I definitely recommend the max HP. You could go into max special attack with max HP. I leave it up to you. For the nature here, we've got a bold nature, but again, that was situational for a Tera Raid. You can also switch that to a modest nature if you want to do some more damage, or a calm nature if you want to take some less special attack damage. It kind of just depends on how you want to use it. It's definitely a good option for offensive and defensive Pokemon in Tera Raids. Finally, we've got the big daddy of them all, which is Miraidon. Miraidon is an electric and dragon type Pokemon. We are running an Electric Tera here. Obviously, Miraidon is incredibly powerful. For the item, you can run the Shell Bell or the Life Orb. If you're trying to do a one-shot strat, I definitely recommend the Life Orb. It is very, very powerful, especially in 6-star raids. You can basically one-shot any 6-star raids. For 7 stars, it requires a little bit more work, but it's still very, very good. Looking here at the moveset, we've got Metal Sound, so I like to use this 2 or 3 times to reduce the opponent's special defense stat. Then we've got Charge to increase the power of our next electric type move. Parabolic Charge is there for when you need health regen, or to recover some health when dealing damage to an opponent. You can use that maybe if you've taken a lot of damage while you're setting up with Metal Sound and you want to recover some health before you start dealing some good damage. And then we've got Electro Drift there to do a ton of damage. Obviously, Miraidon being a legendary Pokemon has stats that, you know, go with that. So we've got here 405 special attack and 404 HP. Those are some massive stats. As far as our special defense and defense, nothing too shabby there, nothing to be disappointed with. It's pretty good, pretty fast Pokemon. We have got a modest nature here with 252 HP and 252 special attack EVs. Obviously, that's going to maximize our health and our damage output. As Miraidon is not a Pokemon to mess around. It just wants to get in there and do as much damage as possible. Our ability Hedron Engine here allows us to set up Electric Terrain whenever the battle starts. So you've got 5 turns of Electric Terrain to take advantage of, which gives you plenty of time to set up those 3 Metal Sounds, a Charge, and then get 1 Electro Drift in before that terrain buff goes away. And if you combine that with a Life Orb, Helping Hands that might help you out, you will do some massive damage. With that being said, guys, if you did find this video informative and useful, again, please leave it a like. It really helps me reach out to more viewers. Every like helps a ton. Videos that have 10 likes will see hundreds more views as opposed to videos that have no likes. So I would appreciate that. If you guys want to support me on a more personal level, consider becoming a Patreon. Link to that is in the description. If you guys want to check out these Pokemon in more detail and their builds, check out the specific videos that I have up on the channel for these Pokemon. Check out some other Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content, VGC content, and tier lists. Thanks guys for coming by, and I hope you have a great day. See you next time.